Database Tips, Search Field Selection. Here's a database feature that you may not know about. When you type in search terms, you can tell the database where to search for them. I'll use the CINAHL database for this demonstration, but it will work the same way in other EBSCO databases and many others as well. When you're entering search terms in the advanced search mode, you'll notice a field immediately to the right of each search box. This gives you the option to select a field. By clicking the tiny down arrow, it'll display a long list of options. The default search for EBSCO databases is called a TAK search, T-A-K. This stands for Title, Abstract, Keyword. When I enter a search term in this field without specifying a field, CINAHL will search for that term in all of the titles, all of the abstracts, and all of the keywords in its database. Keywords are usually selected by the author as appropriate search words that reflect key points in their article or study. Here's an example. I'll type the term aromatherapy and enter without specifying any field. The database has used its default search to scan the title, abstract, and keywords of its contents and has returned about 2,800 results. If I want to narrow those results, I might consider limiting my search to only those articles that have the word aromatherapy in the title. Using the drop-down field, I'll select TI title. When I repeat my search, I now have less than 1,000 results. If, on the other hand, my first search didn't produce enough results, I might consider broadening my search field selection to TX all text. Now the database will search for my term throughout the full text of each entry. And this search has produced over 6,000 results. You'll need to exercise some caution with these field options. Keep in mind that there might be a great article for your aromatherapy paper that doesn't actually contain the word aromatherapy in the title. For instance, alternative therapies for anxiety and childbirth. If I limited my search to titles only, I wouldn't see that article in my search results. On the other hand, you might notice that using the all text option produces results such as alleviating post-operative nausea. That would be a case where aromatherapy is probably one of several techniques mentioned in the article without being considered a key point in the study. So keep in mind that the default TAK search, title, abstract, keyword, is usually the most effective search. One instance where I do find these field options useful is when I have a more complex multi-field topic and I want to put a different emphasis on the importance of some of the search terms that I use. For example, let's clear these terms and try using the case that I just mentioned. Imagine that our topic involves the use of aromatherapy to decrease nausea in post-op patients. I could break that down into the following search concepts: post-operative or post-surgical, and aromatherapy and nausea. With the default search parameters in CINAHL, this search produces only 6 results. This number may be too small for my purposes, so I might ask myself if each of these terms needs to carry the same value in my search. Perhaps I'm willing to look at articles where post-op is not a key concept, but just appears anywhere in the text. I can change that field designation to TX all text. Now my search results have increased to 18, so I have 3 times as many articles as I did before. This is just a quick example, so experiment for yourself. Try using some field options to specify where the database looks for the search terms you enter. And don't forget about limiters like date range and peer reviewed. Thanks. Happy searching.